Welcome to the Wings Mobile Detailing Business and Automotive Podcast, the only podcast that will guide you on how to start and grow six-figure companies. As our team expand from one business location to worldwide domination, you will get step-by-step insights from a millennial franchisor and franchise owner with your host, Andre Mezzalira.
Hey guys, it's your host here, Andre Mezzalira, with another business podcast on is it wrong to grow too big and too quick, too fast? Or is it right? Is there such thing? Why do we hear so much people saying that it is businesses fail because they grew too big and too quick? You know, this is becoming an average and a regular excuse for failing business. They blame the fact that they grew too big and too quick and they lost control. The reason they lost control and they think that is because maybe, yes, indeed, they did grow too big, but the amount of education that they had backed by the quick growth that they have wasn't congruent. They weren't in the same level. They were growing by experience and working hard and growing the business, investing back, but they weren't learning how to avoid mistakes. Because if you're growing quick and fast, that's a good thing. Don't ever confuse that. You want to grow quick and fast. If you take too long, if you take too much time to do things, to grow, you lose the interest. You're going to lose the motivation, and therefore you're going to get old. Your energy will get old. It's going to turn into exhaustion. So you want to do things quick. You want to do things fast. But you will fail if you're growing in the real world. If you're growing a business day to day and you're investing quick on things, you're taking new ideas and implementing it right away and doing one thing after the other, investing, throwing all your profits, money back into the business. If you're doing that, you're going to grow quick. But if you're doing that without reading, and this is it's reading, it's a learning. If you're doing that without learning, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose all the money because you're doing it without being aware of you're doing well in practice. You're just applying practice. You're just doing it. You're responsibly just doing it without learning what it takes to actually be that size. So if you're reading and learning just as fast, you're gonna avoid mistakes because this is what books does to you. And if you're a business owner who doesn't read, you're being irresponsible. You're being irresponsible, and it's either gonna cost you your business, or it's gonna cost you a lot of headaches that you could have been avoiding if you were to be responsible with reading about problems that other people went through. And it's not just about problems. It's about you knowing what to do with this in relation to the size that you are right now. Growing too big and too quick, it's the best thing ever if you know what you're doing. If you're following the lecture, if you're following the book that you're reading along, if you're reading non-stop, if you're learning non-stop. And I'm not talking about learning from experience. Learning from experience, how do we learn from experience? By failing. And you want to avoid failures, although it's beautiful to say, it's good to fail every day because you're learning every day. No, it's good to succeed every day and learn from mistakes of others so that you don't commit the same mistakes and you're growing more than failing. You're giving a big step and avoiding failures. So you need to grow quick and to grow fast. That's how big businesses does. But you have to follow that up. You have to grow your knowledge just as big and just as fast. I'm not saying street smart knowledge. No, you need to know what other business owners are doing, and you should know what you should be reading if you own a business. That's the first thing. You should get your hands into lecture and know how to do things and learning and committing to self-development. We have examples like big guys. If growing too big and too fast, growing a big company fast in a short period of time is actually a problem, then tell me how about Elon Musk? How about Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook? How about Jeff Bezos? These guys are example of people who grew too big. At 23 years old, Mark Zuckerberg became a billionaire. Now you're gonna tell, is that growing too big and too fast? Is it a problem to grow too big and too fast? Are you gonna blame the fact that you grew too big and too fast and the failure of your business? When a guy at 23 years old became a billionaire, yes, it's a unique case, but there are many others of multimillionaires. And why did they not fail? Why did they not fail by growing too big and too fast? Because they were reading, they were following up with the knowledge, they were backing up, they were completing all areas, they were balancing everything they need and growing in a business. Because a business is a multitude of factors. You need to learn leadership. If you're not a good leader as a business owner, and you start growing too big and too fast, and then you're not going to be able to take the impact of the consequences of you being a bad leader and not learning how to deal with people. Among many other things, there are a multitude of things that you have to know, that you have to take everything with you, grow everything combined with you, and not just working it out, working your way up, saving that money, and then failing later on. So it is good to grow too big and too fast.